Ang talakayan tungkol sa sports, kumpleto yan dito sa Power and Play. Mula sa mga paborito at naglalakihang atleta hanggang sa mga natatanging Pinoy sports figures na dapat nyong makilala. Ihahatid yan dito sa Power and Play.
Kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko, para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo, ipagdiwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, chumbe, sibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-sama pakita ang galing natin katropa sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Ang Power and Play ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, gawa ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. At Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro. Gusto mo, pag-usapan natin, ibida ang hilig ng bawat Pilipino na merong taglay na galing. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Power and Play. Bangon na, Power and Play na, bangon na. Pilipinas tayo na, bangon na. Power and Play na, bangon na. Bangon na, bangon na. Power and Play na, bangon na.
Carlos Yulo with 2 gold medals.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Sabi po nila, wala nang mas mahalaga pa kesa sa pamilya. Kahit po yan trabaho, kahit po yan palakasan. Pero paano kung ating maaaring paghaluin ang pamilya at ang sports na ating pong pinakamamahal? Well, yan po ang ating magiging paksa ngayong araw na ito. It's all in the family episode ng Power and Play. Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat, mga kapatid. Mula po sa ating TV5 Media Center. Naku, kami po'y bumabati ng isang magandang umaga. Sana po'y nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Lalong-lalo na po yung mga naapektuhan ng napakalakas na lindol dyan po sa Kamindanawan, sa area po ng Davao, and of course sa Cebu. Sana po'y kahit papano ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Kung ika nga kayo po ay nasa medyo alanganin pa o maselang kalagayan, tayo po'y patuloy na humihingi ng tulong sa lahat ng kinaukulan. Pero again, sana po ay ating po mabigyan kayo ng kahit konting kasiyahan ngayong Sabado ng umaga. Alright mga kapatid, muli po kami nagbabalik at kami natutuwa. Ako po ay natutuwang makabalik muli at makasama kayo. Ngayon, marami po tayong pag-uusapan sa paksa ng pamilya. Mantakin nyo, pag dumadating na po itong mga panahon na to, na malapit na ang Pasko, talaga naman pamilya ang ating pong tinututukan. Kaya po ngayong araw na to, may mga balita po tayong pag-uusapan na akmang-akma po sa pamilya. Ha? Mamaya po ating makakapanayam ang isang dating coach, dating player, ngayon ay self-help author na si Coach Alex Compton, na gumawa po ng libro tungkol sa parenting. Ha? At ito, kung anong relasyon ito sa mga atleta o mga profesional. Ha? Mamaya po pakinggan nyo si Alex Compton. And later din mga kapatid, ating pong magiging bisita ang isang pamilya na nakakatuwa sapagkat hindi lang po yung ina, hindi lang po yung ama, at kundi yung anak ang magkakasama sa isang koponan. The Van Sickles of Petrogas Angels ang ating po makakausap at ang impact ng kanilang pagiging pamilya sa magiging kampanya nila sa PVL. Kaya po, yan abangan nyo at marami pang iba ngayong Sabado ng umaga. Pero hindi po siyempre kompleto ang ating huntahan kung hindi ko po kasama ang aking na-miss na kaibigan at kapartner, the man for all seasons, Jera Season. Magandang umaga, partner!
Magandang umaga, partner. Good morning po sa lahat na nanonood at nakikinig ng Power and Play. Ito po, hindi to balik bayan, kundi balik studio ang ating kaibigan na si Com Noli Ayala. At katulad rin ng sinabi niya, na-miss niya raw to, miss you.
Miss you. Miswa.
Miss you.
Oy, by the way, gusto ko magpasalamat kay partner Abac Cordero for sitting in for me last week. Partner, maraming salamat. Talaga namang...
Abak ha?
Iba ka talaga.
Ibak.
Iba ka.
Ibak ka, abak.
And of course, partner, siya pinag-uusapan natin ng pamilya. Alam mo, kaya po ako nawala last week dahil meron po kami naging kasalan sa pamilya. Ito po yung unang wedding ng aking pamilya sa aking side at aking pong gustong pati. Nandito pa yung bagong kasal. Mabuhay ang bagong kasal! Si ang aking pong anak na si Mara at ang kanyang asawa, si Krish, Mr. and Mrs. Jayman, na ngayon ay naririto pa, pauwi na sila, paalis na sila bukas. Pero again, nag-enjoy lahat ng mga dumalo sa kanyang wedding doon po sa Davao.
Actually, yun ang gusto ko sana. Magbigay ka naman ng konti. Gusto ko sana kamustahin yung wedding celebration.
Abay, nakakatuwa sapagkat ito pong aking naging manugang ay American of Indian descent. So kami nagkaroon ng dalawang kasalan, partner. Not once,
but
twice. Yung pong Catholic wedding, of course, and then nagkaroon siya ng Hindu ceremony, no? At nakakatuwa, yung palang Hindu ceremony, partner, ay maraming sayawan, maraming tugtugan, at marami ring seremonya. Kaya, tapos meron pang silang tinatawag na haldi, yung festival, isang tradisyon kung saan nagbabasaan ng kulay na turmeric powder. Ang tawag doon. Parang pupunasan mo yung bride and groom ng turmeric powder. At pagkatapos doon, kayo na magbabasaan ng turmeric powder, no? So again, it was a new experience for everybody. At kami po yung nagpapasalamat dun sa Luby Plantation sa Davao, no? Dusitani chain na talaga namang inasikaso po ang lahat ng mga bisita dun sa island nila.
Dahil kaya natanong ko yan, partner, yung nag-send ka sa akin ng picture yung damit yung ng daughter mo parang
ang tawag kurta. Kurta ang tawag dun sa Hindu celebration. Pag pinagtabi mo yung ating barong Tagalog at saka yung kurta, talagang nakakatuwa sabagat very different looks pero pareho rin naman ang tradisyon na mahalaga yung pamilya, mahalaga ang kanilang sinasambahan, no? Pinagdarasal, and of course ang mga tradisyon nila.
Dahil yung nakita ko ng ganun ang damit mo, uutang sana ako sa ilang 5'6"
Hindi, kala mo ako si Aladdin. Pero again, gusto ko po magpasalamat sa lahat ng mga dumalo. Siya nga pala, yung anak ko na nakinasal, birthday din ngayon.
Uy! Wow!
Happy birthday, Mara!
Happy birthday, Mara!
Happy birthday. Enjoy your last day in the Philippines. And of course, happy birthday. Have a beautiful life together. Ganun lang naman.
Umpisa na
yan. Yan lang naman ang importante.
Pagtatayo, katulad nga ng ating paksa ngayong araw,
puro pamilya.
Tungkol sa pamilya.
At pag pinag-uusapan ng pamilya, alam naman natin na ang PBA ay isang malaking pamilya.
Malaking pamilya. Yung apelyido na lang. Yung apelyido yan.
Pero sipin mo, nag-50 anyos po mga kapatid. By the way, happy anniversary sa PBA. Alam nyo naman, kaya salamat po sa imbitasyon ninyo. Pero again, mas mahalaga ang pamilya. Kaya po tayo hindi nakarating sa selebrasyon nila. But again, alam ko na pag-usapan nyo na yan ni partner Abac.
At nilinaw namin, nilinaw namin. Walang intriga yan, Walang intriga kung bakit hindi nakasipot si Com Noli sa celebration ng 50th ng PBA dahil nga may mas importanteng okasyon na kailangang daluhan ni partner.
And of course, nagsimula na ang 50th season ng PBA at napakarami ng sorpresa.
Yeah.
At saka mga storya
Yeah.
na lumalabas sa unang linggo pa lamang ng 50th season ng PBA. At yan po ang ating magiging paksa sa ating pong unang segment ngayong Sabado. Ito pong What's the Score? Unang linggo pa lang ng PBA 50th season at marami ng sorpresa at mga nabuong storyline. Ika nga, mula sa debut win ni LA Tenorio sa kanyang unang season bilang head coach ng Magnolia Hotshots hanggang sa muling pagkabuhay ni The Beast, Calvin Abueva. Ilan lang yan sa mga di dapat palampasin sa PBA. At para po ating pong lalo nang bigyan ng kulay and of course himayin ang mga kaganapan sa unang linggo, yung mga sorpresa, the surprises and the narratives of the first week ng PBA. Naku, matagal-tagal na natin hindi nakakasama to. Kung pinag-uusapan ay pamilya, ito parang pamilya natin to, partner. Alam naman natin, lagi natin kasama ang kanyang kapatid sa mga usapan. Marami yan.
Pati
si Coach Alan, nakakasama natin
pati
dito.
Yung pamangkin niya.
At yung pamangkin niya, naririto. Ito na nga lang ang nahihindihan na babalik dito. Kasama po natin ngayong umaga, walang iba kundi ang batikang coach and now sports analyst ng PBA. Walang iba kundi si Coach Ryan Gregorio. Magandang umaga, Coach Ryan.
Magandang umaga po, kapatid. Kom Noli at Sir Jera, thank you for having me. It's been a while and I've been watching everyone in the family. Thank you for inviting me over finally.
Kaya coach, kompleto na ngayon ang mga Gregorio na nagpakita dito sa programang to. Ngayon ay nandiyan ka.
Isipin mo, si Chairman Pato, si Coach Alan, si Juanito, ang aming analyst dito, resident analyst.
Kasi
na
meron
yan.
pang isa.
Oh.
Yung sa courtside.
Yung courtside na kaya talagang ito na lang si Coach Ryan ang hinahanap ko. But nabuti na lang. Salamat, Coach Ryan. Alam ko, busy ka. Nakikita naman namin ikaw gabi-gabi sa PBA. And all of the analysis that you make. Kaya pero bago yan. Bago natin puntahan yung unang linggo. Nagsapit tayo ng 50th anniversary, Coach Ryan, ng PBA. And napakasayang selebrasyon para sa ating Pro League. I wanna ask you, kasi ikaw na-involved ka, Coach, in so many areas of the PBA, hindi lamang as a analyst ngayon, pero as a coach, as a champion coach for many years. Coach Ryan, what is the moment in the PBA that siguro nagbago ng buhay mo o nagbago ng pananaw mo sa buhay, Coach?
Well, Com, I think I vividly remember when I was 3 years old. That was the start of the PBA way back in 1975. I remember that our father used to bring us to Araneta Coliseum, of course, together with my older brother Pato and Alan. We were sitting at the farthest end, doon sa pinakataas sa Araneta Coliseum, yung general admission. And I'm sure you've heard this story many times from my brothers, but we always had a choice. If we want sa merienda, Jollibee nung araw, doon kami sa general admission. Pero kung gusto naming wala kaming merienda,
Doon sa baba.
doon kami sa upper box. So, upper box because we could not afford doon sa rig side. But that opened my eyes and I started dreaming that someday I will be able to be closer to the action. And true enough, my dream was granted. I coached in the PBA for more than 15 years, and you know that, Com Noli, I've won together, of course, with my Pure Foods franchise a couple of championships.
Yes.
And now I'm a color commentator in the PBA also, doing the games live for RPTV and PBA Rush. Sa akin, it starts with a dream. And that kind of a dream, you strive hard, you try to learn the game, you learn it the right way, and things just open up. And I'm just so privileged and happy. It was truly an emotional day when we celebrated our 50th anniversary last Sunday. Yung mga idol ko nandun. Don Ramon Fernandez was my idol. My partner Ronnie Magsanak was there also, together with his buddy Benji Paras. So truly a pleasant environment. And now I understand why you were not there, Com Noli, but it would have been better kung nandoon ka sa venue.
Well,
on
alam mo
very
talagang
day.
lahat tayo naman we were touched by the PBA all these years. Parang yung kwento nga ni Coach Ryan, I think that's typical of many fans na talagang nagsasakripisyo, makasingit lang nung panahon na yon at makita
Correct.
yung kanilang mga idolo, no? Talagang ganun eh. Si partner Jera hindi lang yan general admission, nandun siya sa pinakabubong.
Nagbubutas talaga.
Nagbubutas na lang siya doon para mapanood lang sa aranetang kaya may tulo yun hanggang ngayon eh. No, but, well, you know, it's the 50th season. Ang ganda ng pagsisimula natin, Coach Ryan. We wanna talk about that, yung storylines that has just passed, partner, no? Ako, unahin ko to. Alam ko marami ka rin mga gusto talaga at mga kwentong nangyari. But itong historic career night ni Calvin Abueva, Coach Ryan, the second oldest man behind Mon Fernandez to hit 40 plus points in a game, ha? And of course, the 8th active player to score 40 plus points sa PBA. How significant was this for the Beast? Lalong-lalo na nasa bago siyang koponan na Titan.
Well, it was truly an unbelievable performance, close to being magical, Comnoli, especially if you consider his last few seasons in the league. Calvin has played a total of 438 games. In the previous conference, he played a total of 39 games, averaging only 18 minutes per game with two teams, Magnolia and when he was traded to Northport. His average was 8.2 points per ball game. He is already 37 years old. In fact, only two players are still actively playing dun sa batch niya that got drafted in 2012. Number 1 pick, Junmar Fajardo, and number 2 pick, Calvin Abueva. The rest, hindi na naglalaro doon sa top 10. So for him to show up and play 31 significant minutes and score 41 big points, hindi na natin nakikita yon, Comnoli. Only for an import-laden conference, Euro at best. But for a local player to score 41, that was simply a remarkable and memorable performance. And it's just great that Calvin was able to display that kind of a play.
How about Coach? Now we've been really amazed by the performance of Calvin Abueva. Pero mo sa ganung edad, di ba? Siguro yung trust din ng bagong coach nila, si Coach Cardel. No? But let me shift to another coach. Yung pagkapanalo ni LA Tenorio naman against yung team niya mismo.
Against his former team.
Against his former team. What can you say about that?
Again, it was something that parang gave him a huge sigh of relief, Comnoli, Sir Jera. You know, for a newcomer, the hardest is to get your first victory.
Yeah, exactly.
So for us coaches, you pray hard that everything falls into the right place. And for LA Tenorio, that was his first gig as a professional basketball coach. And it was in the biggest platform. We were celebrating our 50th anniversary. He was up against the best in the history of the PBA, 25 PBA championships in Team Cone. But it's good that LA was able to coach in the youth level. But you know that. You want to get as much confidence as possible, and you learn a very important virtue in coaching, and that is patience. You know that LA knows the X and O's in the game. He knows how to communicate. But the nurturing part of the game is something that you learn on the fly. So that is what was so nice to see. LA did not show panic. He silenced the entire Ginebra crowd. There was not one chance for Ginebra to chant their Ginebra because nakuha ni LA Tenorio yung timing, and he was just in complete control from the opening tip up to the final buzzer. So truly a memorable performance also for LA.
Well, speaking of Magnolia, Coach.
At alam ni Coach Ryan yan. Dahil yung Magnolia, yan ang, kumbaga, anak na yan ng Pure Foods di ba?
Di ba?
That's true, Com. Yeah.
What can you say about, it's not really a total overhaul of the lineup of the team, but there were certain
changes.
Essential changes, so to speak. Di ba? may mga natanggal, meron siyang pinalit, meron siyang...
Tsaka bata na.
Tsaka bata na
Oo.
di ba? What's your take on this?
In fact, before sagutin mo yan, meron ako napuna doon sa game na yun eh. Yung ang nag-starter doon is si Lastimosa. Hindi man si Mark Barroca di ba?
Yes.
I mean, that was, obviously it's a message that's being sent also by Coach LA.
And even the playing minutes ng kanilang assassin, si Lee.
Si Paul Lee.
Si Paul Lee, di
Oo.
ba? Parang nabawasan No?
Your take, Coach Ryan.
Your take.
Well, that's a very good input, Sir Jera and Com Noli. I was watching the game. In fact, I covered it through PBA Rush, and it showed the bench depth and the trust of LA in his new players. The younger players are getting the minutes. The veterans are still there. They're still part of the rotation, but konting minuto na lang. But I was really impressed with their movements. I like the development of Lucero, not because he's from UP, but because that guy...
May siningit ka pang UP, ha?
Didn't say that. But I'm very impressed with his motor on defense. The guy is quick enough to defend the perimeter player. He can go east to west with ease. He can dive for the loose ball as if he's a college player. And he occupies a certain vertical real estate wherein he's a tremendous shot blocker. What I like the most is he plays with an enthusiasm on defense wherein nag-cheer siya pag dumidepensa but still quick enough to finish the break on the other side. So that is really the cornerstone of that franchise. Add another player in Lastimosa, a very young player who can just weave his way inside. Given the ease by Coach Enrique Tenori to run their offense, he can over-dribble at times. But for as long as he gets his rhythm to get his shots off, or creates scoring options for his teammates, ang laking bagay yun para sa opensa ni Coach LA. But I think the hat-trick is the acquisition of Javi Gomez de Villa. A 6'5 player who's a good spot-up shooter, can spread the floor because he has got impeccable shooting, and his time in Korea or his time overseas really gave him the confidence to play at a high level dito sa PBA. So to cut it short and to summarize what I'm saying is they got the right pieces who plays significantly well or succinct to the system that Coach L.A. Tenori is trying to run for his team.
Maganda yun. Maganda yung sinabi ni Coach Ryan. Talagang meron na kasi bagong pinapairal na sistema.
Yeah.
Kaya ngayon na ganyan, yung mga bata nakaka-adapt kagad, nakaka-adjust. No? I want to talk about another team that debuted. Of course, it's an old team na bago ang pangalan. And yet, came up with a surprise. At alam ko, malungkot si partner Jera dahil Meralco ang tinalo. Ganun ka rin, Coach Ryan, dahil ikaw rin galing dyan. Itong Titan, alam mo, haba ng pangalan, Ultra Risers. Parang ganun di ba? Ang haba ng pangalan, pero pure blends ang may-ari po niyan. What did you see that you like, Coach Ryan, na ika nga, gives you confidence about this new team, itong Titan Ultra Giant Risers. Yan ang pangalan niyan.
Well, two things from Noli. If you combine talent with grit or the determination to win, it's usually a good mix to win games. Of course, we talked about the performance of Calvin Abueva as if telling everyone, ride on my back and I will tow you to victory. That is basically what happened in that game. But if you look at the pieces of Titan, you see that most of them have chips on their shoulders. So you know that Jaradel Cardel was not really given the right pieces when he was coaching Terra Firma.
True.
So now in his very first game in his new team, panalo agad. Gabe Flores is a good player, can do a lot of good things and positive things on both ends of the floor. The most improved player, na si Monzon, is also playing at a high level. So they have a very good, the way they constructed that team was pretty impressive. But of course, it will rely on the consistency of Calvin Abueva. I want to see if he can duplicate that kind of a performance in their succeeding games.
Oo. Well, another surprise partner is yung pagkatalo ng San Miguel kontra
NLEX.
NLEX. So you can already see a lot of ang daming narratives itong opening week
Wala
na
pa
to.
si Bolik nun.
Wala pa si
Wala
Bolik.
pa si
At
Bolik.
of course, nakikiramay po tayo kay Robert Bolik sa pagyaon ng kanyang ama. No? But nag-step up yung Policarpio, nag-step up yung Ramirez, nag-step up yung Baguio, di ba? So, again, ganun pala, kaya pala talunin ng San Miguel, coach? Or is this just a one-off, ika nga,
Kaya
dahil
nga.
sa lakas ng San Miguel?
Tom, for one, you know, the beauty of the PBA or sport in general is its unpredictability. So that has been what is lacking in the PBA for the past few conferences. You know who's going to win. So that victory by NLEX came from the left field.
Oh.
You've mentioned it, Sir Jera. There was no Bolik in the roster.
Oh.
But that is just a glimpse of the coaching brilliance of Coach Joe Chico.
Oh.
Yes, he did not have his primary assassin, but he was able to take advantage of their quickness. Policarpio was running like a gazelle to finish fast break situations for his team, basically leaving behind the defense of Julmar Fajardo. So yun ang ginawa nilang game plan. We may be lacking in height, but I will have an antidote, which is my quickness. So you saw that especially in the second half. To be honest, I was covering that game too, Comnoli, and I thought it was going to be a long night for NLEX. They were down with as many as 13 points.
Oh.
All of a sudden, there was a change in the momentum in the third and the fourth. Thanks to Policarpio. Thanks to Brandon Ramirez, who was easily 6 inches shorter. Diba?
Oh.
Than Julmar Fajardo, but that guy's not even a tank. That guy's an aircraft carrier. You cannot move him around. So ganun katindi. Balance, weight, and his acumen in the sport of basketball is tops in very high level.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, Coach, speaking of Junmar Fajardo, no, di ba? Talagang 9th MVP. Well, meron pa bang ibang player na pwedeng makaputol ng streak na to?
If there's anyone, meron ka ba
There's
nakikita?
anyone.
No one. I've been saying that comment, Sir Jera. I've been saying that on national television. There will be 2 records that will not be break. Number 1 is the 9-time MVP awards of Julmar Fajardo and the 105 points of Tony Harris. I think I'm safe on both aspects.
Tama. It's a good bet.
Good
It's certainly a good bet, Coach Ryan. Dahil ang hirap gawin yung ginawa ni Junmar. Siyam na MVP. I mean, even Mon Fernandez admits that is remarkable. No? And alam naman natin, Mon is regarded as one of the best, if not the greatest player. Pero sabi niya, let the fans decide on that one. Before I let you go, Coach Ryan, there's another, of course, na development na nangyari. During this week, yung anunsyo ng pagre-retiro ni Gabe Norwood, the terrific and historic point guard, guardia ng Gilas. Natandaan natin yung kanyang classic niyan dunk dun sa Argentinian, 'di ba? And of course, and then of course his numerous championships, the great leadership that he brings. Coach, ano ang favorite moment mo, or I guess a memorable moment, and what has impressed you in the career of the great Gabe Norwood?
He's entering his 17th season in the PBA, and he has won 2 championships. What is lacking is an all-Filipino crown, pretty much the same predicament as Coach Yeng Giao. So definitely coming into this tournament, the Philippine Cup, that is their goal, that is their objective, finally win one for the franchise and of course for themselves as well. But Gabe Norwood, we've seen a lot of great plays. He is a fantastic defender. We all know that. But what is nicer is his attitude outside the basketball court. He is such a kind person, Tom and Sir Jera. The guy is just so nice. I mean, his soul is just so beautiful. But when you talk about his basketball accolades, 2 championships, I've mentioned that. two-time member or a silver medalist while wearing the Gilas Pilipinas jersey in the Asia Cup, one in Manila in 2013 and the other one 2015 in Changsha, China. But I think he will agree with me when I say that above all, I think his biggest accomplishment is the 3-time sportsmanship award accorded to him.
That's right.
I mean, there are not enough players who can play both ways. Sometimes I look at Gabe and I feel like he's just too kind to a fault. Probably if he's a little more aggressive, probably if he's a little more physical, it could have added more chips under his belt. But the guy is just so happy being an ambassador of the sport and playing basketball with kindness as his real art.
And you can see na pwedeng ganon.
Pwedeng ganon.
You can be a
Pwede palang
star.
ganon, yes.
Oh, you can be a star, you can be a great player and still be the kind of person that Gabe Norrie is. A kind person na very humble and very stable. Well, Coach Ryan, before I let you go, alam natin ang mga paborito dito sa PBA 50th season. Pero so far, after the first week, who is the team na nakikita mong dark horse dito na pwedeng makasingit na dito sa, sabi nga natin, very predictable na so far mga conferences? Sino kaya ito makakabigay ng unpredictability at makakasingit na dark horse?
Well, we know that for as long as Jolmar is playing, San Miguel will always be a contender. With the performance of TNT last night, the rich just got richer with the acquisition of Gio Halalon and also Kevin Ferrer. But for me, the 3 and the 4, of course, alam din natin yan. Meral Tosap yan, Meralco, Ginebra, and Magnolia.
Oh.
But the dark horse for me, I want to see is Converge.
Yo.
I mean, that team is stacked. They're parading a new coach in Governor Delta Pineda. But the more important aspect is, may pyesa. Ang lakas ng kanilang post players.
Tama.
Ang lakas ng kanilang backward complement. And with the addition of Gomez Liriano, sky's the limit in terms of their possible achievements in this coming conference.
At hindi pa pumapasok si Mikey Williams dyan. At meron pang napabalitang hindi natuloy na trade kay Dave Ildefonso. Can you imagine all of these people na kung mapapasok ng Converge sa kanilang lineup? Certainly an exciting time for the PBA partner.
Ito, for me, I'm very happy na ganito nangyayari ngayon with the PBA.
Yes.
Dahil palagi, they're getting hit na yung
Predictable.
predictable,
Very predictable.
Parity, diba? Ngayon, the other teams are now rebuilding and they've rebuilt na talagang contenders na rin.
Oo. Remember, even Pure Blends, nakita ko yung press release nila. They have now their own practice facility dito sa Quezon City. Victoria Park.
Victoria 1.
So again, you can see na binubuhos.
Iba yung Victoria na alam mo eh.
Coach Ryan, maraming salamat sa oras
so
na binigay mo sa amin. Sana huwag kang magsasawang pumasok dito at this is your family also.
Yeah.
Coach Ryan.
Thank you for the opportunity once again, Kong Noli. Thank you, Sir Jera. Always a pleasure to be part of this very popular and credible show. Maraming salamat sa oras. Anytime, Kong. Gusto mo, 2 times a month. Pwede.
Hindi kita kayang bayaran, Coach Ryan. Kaya, paminsan-minsan na lang. Coach Ryan, maraming salamat in regards to everybody. Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much.
Mga kaibigan, the veteran coach and champion PBA coach, Ryan Gregorio sa Power and Play. Again, talking about itong unang kaganapan ngayong unang linggo ng PBA. Ang dami, no, partner?
Oo.
Nakakatuwa.
Alam mo yung pag-explain kanina ni Coach Ryan, alam mo kung na lang kulang sa kanya? Kulang ng face mask at saka surgical gloves eh.
Bakit?
Ang ganda ng pagkahiwa.
Diba? Ang galing, ano?
Ang ganda ng pagkahiwa niya.
Very
Pero,
precise. Alam mo, pag nag-uusap yung mga Gregorio brothers, ang kanya, sabi niya, hindi naman ako pinakamatalino eh. Pero kita mo naman ako magsalita. Ang kiniklaim niya, siya yung pinakagwapo. Chairman pa to, payag ka?
Payag ka ba dyan?
Coach Alan, payag ka ba doon? Alright mga kapatid, again, it's all in the family episode, kaya po nagkakasiyahan lang kami dito ni Partner Jera. But again, talking about family, well, bago tayo mag-break, isa muna pong paalala mula sa ating mga kapamilya, ang SMART. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by SMART. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart.
Thank you!
Live more today! Sa amin pong pagbabalik, nako, the Van Sickles sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, Joyride at ng N Plus Gold. Ang oras po natin, 8:38 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai Stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day. Plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
True FM.
Sa 105.9, dito tayo sa totoo.
Long day at work.
Plus something cool and creamy.
It's a match! Stuck in traffic.
Plus something earthy and refreshing. It's a match!
Refresh with Dunkin' Matcha Latte. Made with finely ground green tea powder and milk to match your mood and cravings. You plus Dunkin' Matcha Latte.
It's a match!
Cause anytime, it's Dunkin' time.
Hey, it's Bel Mariano. You know what time it is? It's Dunkin' Coffee time. Grab your Dunkin' Coffee today.
Hoy, 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 hoy!
May bagong swabbing energy drink. New Cobra Rice.
Ang sarap! Grabe!
Refreshing blue cola and lemon blast flavors na less sugar.
Chill ka lang dumiskarte.
With L-theanine at less caffeine.
Kung tumingin so suabe.
With vitamin A. New Cobra Rice.
Suabing energy!
With proper diet and exercise. Joshua Garcia to. Pili na sa suking tindahan.
New Cobra Rice. Less sugar at less caffeine kaysa Cobra Original Flavor. May L-theanine at vitamin A pa.
Rise up with Cobra Rice.
Get ready! Some of the biggest names in the world of golf are set to wow sports fans. International Series Philippines presented by Bingo Plus. Debuts in Manila from October 23 to 26 at the prestigious Santa Elena Golf Club. It's more than golf. Enjoy headline concerts, live music, and interactive fan experiences. Tickets are available now at SM Tickets with free entry on Thursday and Friday. Don't miss this ultimate celebration of golf. International Series Philippines is presented by Bingo Plus. Gambling is for 21 years old and above only. Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop.
International Series Philippines and Bingo Plus. Bingo sa saya, plus sa panalo. Tickets available now at SM Tickets.
Long day at work.
Plus something cool and creamy.
It's a match! Stuck in traffic.
Plus something earthy and refreshing. It's a match!
Refresh with Dunkin' Matcha Latte. Made with finely ground green tea powder and milk to match your mood and cravings. You plus Dunkin' Matcha Latte.
It's a match!
Cause anytime, it's Dunkin' time.
Hey, it's Bel Mariano. There's nothing like a Dunkin' treat today.
Hoy, 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 hoy!
May bagong swabing energy drink. New Cobra Rice.
Ang sarap! Grabe!
Refreshing blue cola and lemon blast flavors na less sugar.
Chill ka lang dumiskarte.
With L-theanine at less caffeine.
Kung tumingin so suabe.
With vitamin A. New Cobra Rice.
Swabing energy!
With proper diet and exercise. Joshua Garcia to. Bili na sa suking tindahan.
New Cobra Rice. Less sugar at less caffeine kaysa Cobra Original Flavor. May L-theanine at vitamin A pa.
Rise up with Cobra Rice.
Long day at work.
Plus something cool and creamy.
It's a match! Stuck in traffic.
Plus something earthy and refreshing.
It's a match! Refresh with Dunkin' Matcha Latte. Made with finely ground green tea powder and milk to match your mood and cravings. You plus Dunkin' Matcha Latte. It's a match! Cause anytime is Dunkin' time.
Hey, it's Val Mariano. You know what time it is? It's Dunkin' Coffee time. Grab your Dunkin' Coffee today.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Power and Play with Com Noli Iyala. Mga buntag, ganing yung tanan sa lahat po ng ating mga suki dyan po sa Cebu City and of course sa Cagayan de Oro City. Kinakamusta po natin. Ako, partner, bago ang lahat, gusto ko lang batiin ng isang happy anniversary yung aking anak, rather yung aking kapatid at yung kanyang, yung aking bayaw, si Sari and Peter Cruz. Wow. Na nagsapit na kanilang anniversary kahapon, 10-10. 10-10. Ang ganda nung ano. And of course, gusto ko rin batiin yung aking pamangkin, yung anak ng kapatid ko, si Jobo, si Dr. Jobo Iyala ng happy birthday noon namang October 8 nagsapit ng birthday.
And speaking of happy anniversary, meron rin akong gustong batiin. Ito, napakabait na tao to at talagang loving husband to.
Ba?
Sa kanyang asawa. Happy anniversary po sa October 14.
Aha?
Oo.
Sino yan?
Kay Jera Season.
Ayun!
At sa kanyang asawa, si Red Bibay Sito.
Sigurado ko man labing husband. Alam ko yung Red, labing wife, pero yung Jera. Happy anniversary, partner!
We'll be celebrating our 35th wedding anniversary.
Nakakatawa.
This Tuesday.
Kayong imbitado po kayong lahat, ha? October 14. Tandaan nyo yan.
Punta po kayo, ha?
Magano tayo doon, mag-rally tayo. Ikulong ang hindi nag-libre.
Punta po kayo, kumbinado po kayo lahat sa Timbuktu, sa Africa. Sagot nyo na lang po ang inyong pamasahe papunta doon.
Happy birthday. Happy anniversary, partner.
Thank you.
Oy, isa iba namang bago yan. Siyempre, batiin mo muna yung mga taga-Pangasinan eh. Kasi ako papagalitan ng mga taga-Pangasinan eh.
Bigyan ka buwasan si kayo namin. Dito nadling kayong Pangasinan. Natan ay bali-bali lang sa panahon natin. Kaya medyo mag-ayos-ayos po tayo. Maganda na ang panahon dyan. At also, nakikinig sa atin kung hindi man itong Sabado, replay, palagi nanonood sa atin.
Yan.
Isang kabaluyan ko at saka talagang kuha natin. Si Manong Al Mendoza.
Siyempre. Si Manong Al. Lagi namang nakatutok yan sa atin. Talking about ng mga kaibigan natin sa media, gusto lang namin i-wish ng speedy recovery ang ating kaibigan, editor po ng Perfect Drive Golf Magazine, si Adrian Flores. Andeng, pagaling ka.
Alam ko, nanonood ka ngayon. Pagaling ka, Andeng.
Pinagdadasal ka namin at makita ka namin kaagad sa golf course.
And speaking of golf, partner, I would just like to congratulate. May naka-hole-in-one last Thursday during our 8th Claret Alumni Golf Classic, no, na ginawa sa Riviera, at nakita natin na kinover yan ng Inquirer Golf. Naka-hole-in-one si Andrew Fonte ng batch 2003. Biro mo, par 3, 170 yards. Ginamitan lang ng 7 iron.
Parang ikaw.
At ang nag-champion po ang batch 2010. And this was hosted by batch 2001. And the batch 2000 is the host of the Alumni Homecoming, which is tonight.
Alright. Congratulations sa lahat po ng mga participants and of course winners ng golf tournament. Bago po tayo magpatuloy, siyempre, yung ating Joyride top-up promo dito po sa Power and Play. Tuloy-tuloy po ang ating pamimigay ng 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits. Sa mga suki po ng Joyride, napakadali to join. Download the latest version of the Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot ng app's home screen. Ipadala po ang screenshot to Power and Play's Facebook page via PM. Include your full name and registered mobile number sa inyo pong Joyride account, and you can already win 1,000 pesos JRPay wallet credits na magagamit nyo po sa Joyride delivery, Joyride motorcycle taxi, Joyride car, Joyride taxi cab, at ang Joyride Super Taxi Airport Edition. Lahat po yan mula sa Joyride Super App. Alright, mukhang hinahanda na po natin. Well, ang ating pong susunod na mga bisita ay nakakatuwa, partner. Because, well, alam naman natin na ang sports, minsan you spend so much time practicing, training, and then of course yung playing, na yung pamilya, minsan naiiwanan. Mahirap magkasama-sama. But in this particular case, dito po sa koponan ng Petrogas Angels, nagkaroon sila ng ideya na pagsama-samahin yung buong pamilya ng kanilang top player. Their top player na si Brooke Van Sickle. And sinama nila, hindi lang po yung ama, the father who is now the head coach, but also the mother, who is the
assistant coach.
Aba, kita mo. So, it's now become an all-in-the-family affair in Petrogas. And we want to know, how does this affect not only the dynamics of the family, but also yung mismong team?
Tsaka mukhang okay naman dahil yung first game nila.
Panalo. They won it right away against Tower Galleries. So,
Galleries.
Right now, kasama na po natin ang anak, the daughter, and hopefully we can have the father and the mother. But Brooke Van Sickle is in the house here in Power and Play. Good morning, Brooke. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Brooke. Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Yes,
there you go.
There's Coach.
There's the coach, the dad.
Coach Gary, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us, and welcome to the show. Welcome to Power and Play. And, this is your first time on the show, so, and I want to begin with this to everyone. It's not every day that we see a whole family working together on one team. So how does it feel, Gary and Brooke, to be part of this unique setup with Petrogas? I'll begin with you, Brooke.
Yeah, I'm just really happy to have my parents here. Being in the Philippines, my family is based in Hawaii, so at times it can be hard for me just being away from family all the time. So I'm really happy and grateful that Petro made this work out and that they, have my parents come and coach, because my parents have been watching Petrogas for however many years now, and they know the team really well. So I thought this was an awesome fit. Because they know everyone, they know how everyone gels. So very grateful they're here.
Gary, how does it feel to be part of this incredible setup at Petrogas?
It's actually a pretty easy transition. Like Brooke said, we've been watching the team for the last 2 years. So we pretty much know the team because we visited here twice since she's been playing. And it's a good organization. It's pretty well managed. So it's an easy fit for us to come in and help the team win some games.
I'm actually quite close, and the reason why I wanted to get you, I had to go through Ricky Villavicencio, the brother, of course, of Rafi, and I'd like to thank Mr. Villavicencio for setting this up.
Yeah.
But I want to ask this other question before I give it to my partner Jera here. You mentioned in some of your interviews that it went through a process, this whole thing, of you accepting the offer of Petrogas, Gary, and I guess the whole family, including Lisa. But I'm curious, what was your family's thought process in accepting an offer like that? When they say that, okay, Sir Gary, can you come and coach your daughter together with your wife? How was the process amongst you in the family, and how did you come up with that decision, Gary?
Well, for us, it's easy because we've been doing it with Brooke for a long time. So and we get to see her a lot more. So we actually thought we could do a couple of changes and help the team try to win another conference. So yeah, it wasn't a hard decision at all to come here. And I don't know, I just think it's been a good fit. It's great management, so they made us feel welcome when we got here. So far it's been really nice.
Okay, let me go to Brooke. Brooke, is there any added pressure right now that your coach is your dad and your mom is the assistant coach?
No, not at all. Both my parents coached me my entire career before going to college, so I'm used to it. It feels like we picked up where we just left off and everything, so it doesn't feel weird. I don't feel any pressure because at the end of the day, they have watched all my games. Like after every game, after they watch it, we end up doing analyze the game and everything together, and they give me tips and pointers then. So it's really helpful to have the feedback right away versus having to wait for a while. But no, it's awesome. It's awesome to have them here and have that support. If anything, I feel less stressed because I just have a good support system here now and everything. So very grateful.
Yeah, how about your other teammates? Are they adjusting well to the style of coaching of your parents?
Yeah, I would say they definitely are adjusting pretty well. I feel like everyone's in good moods. There's no language barrier, nothing wrong. I think the girls, if anything, have stepped up. I don't know if that's because of past performance with the PVL Tour. I'm not really sure about that, but I do see a change of work ethic and competition in the gym. And I think my parents definitely elevated that big time with some of the drills that they're implementing. Mm-hmm. I think that the atmosphere in the gym is definitely much more competitive, it seems like, since I've been here. So it's a lot of we don't want to do punishments, right? If you do the drill.
Stay on the corner.
Yeah. So
don't eat no breakfast for you today. I'm curious about that, Gary. Because how do you separate family time from team time? Is it even possible? I mean, you guys, you're all together all the time.
Well, we're staying in a different apartment, a different condo, so we see her at practice.
Only at practice, huh?
Yesterday is the off day for us, so we didn't see her at all. She did her own thing with her friends, which is, and the whole family, when we're coaching, we're coaches, and when we're off the court, it's more family time.
It's more family.
We kind of set that at a young age for Brooke, so she kind of accepts that.
And that, I think I want to ask this, because I remember this. Obviously as a coach, and you're very experienced, you play the game. You play the game in the University of Hawaii, and you have had so much experience coaching, and you've handled so many players. But this time it's different. You have your wife there, you have your daughter there. What do you remind yourself each and every game, each and every time you're there and playing? Now that you're coaching both of them on the same team, what do you have to remind yourself, Gary, personally, that, can you still be that strict? Can you still shout? What is it that you remind yourself about handling family in a team?
No, well, the strictness, that comes just on the court, and that's just if we don't do a drill correct, we're doing burpees or a couple of laps. We're not starving the team and no lunch for you today kind of thing. So with that being said, and it's been a good transition, and I don't think there's any pressure or anything. So I think we kind of came in and not want to make too many changes right away. And I think it's been working so far, and I hope to get better as each game goes by.
I understand Lisa's there. Is it possible to talk to assistant coach Mom?
Or even or Brooke, during the huddle, don't you ask your coaches what's for dinner?
Hello, Lisa. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, assistant coach Lisa.
I want to ask you something. You're working under and coaching. You're working under your husband, because it's an assistant coach, obviously, and you're coaching your daughter. And that must be both challenging and rewarding. How do you navigate? Sure. How do you navigate that dynamic, Lisa?
Well, as far as Gary and I, we've always coached together for, I don't know, 20 years or so. But
Okay.
we
So-
kind of feed off of each other. We bounce ideas off of each other. We work really well together, put it that way. I mean, don't get me granted, sometimes they can get heated, but, at the end of the day, we calm down and we work it out and we talk it over.
Mm-hmm.
And same with Brooke. Brooke's been used to us pretty much her whole life. And then even through college, through, the pros, she bounces a lot of things off of us as well, outside of practice. And then, but we also know how to have family time. You know what I mean? We do talk about volleyball sometimes at dinner, and then we'll switch the subject to something else, like family, my dad, those things. But it's always a good conversation.
Right. Do you ever debate on
Yeah.
coaching strategies? I mean, okay, today we're gonna face Cherry or we're gonna face Creamline. Are you gonna be debating on, of course, respectfully,
Yes, of course.
on strategies?
Oh, yes, a lot of strategies, but honestly, even when we were coaching, for the 20 years, it was kind of a good cop, bad cop, and I was actually the bad cop, and Gary was the good cop. And so I was more the disciplinary, even right now, I'm the one that's going to make the girls take a lap if they're not listening. I'm the one giving them burpees. But Gary's the mastermind. Gary's always been a good mastermind. He's great with the lineups. He understands, both sides of the court really well. And so we trust each other that way. So we kind of make a good team that way.
Yeah. Well, Brooke, you won your first game. Obviously, it's a great victory to start off your campaign. The reinforced, which is of course your Petrogas is hoping to win. What do you see that has changed with the team that gives you a lot of confidence, especially now that they're under your dad and your mom?
Yeah, I would just say along the lines of just, again, the atmosphere. I feel like it's definitely stepping up in a way that's like we're pushing each other, and it's a lot more competitive in my perspective. And it's just good. Like, you need, in the practice gym, you have to be able to push each other. That's the only way you're going to get better, right? Like, throughout my years of volleyball, I've been playing for like 20 years, and every single time I've seen teams be so successful is that it's not necessarily their A team, the team that's coming up and playing the games. It's actually how good and solid the B team is and how much they're pushing A team, and how everyone that's coming in, even like our last game, whoever's stepping off the bench, they're coming in with a purpose, and they're doing their job very well. So I feel like what's helping us this conference is we have a lot of depth. I feel like I trust everyone on the bench. Like, everyone's giving each other trust, like, establishing that within practice, and it's definitely translating in the game. So I'm really excited to see how this conference goes. I thought Galleries did a fantastic job last game, and it was a little first game jitters for sure.
Right.
We were, trying to get back into it with like Lindsay being here for a week, and me and MJ gone last conference because of all us, but it's like, it was a good first game in my opinion. And I think, we have a lot of things to work on. We face Creamline next, a really tough team, and we definitely have to put in that work later today and the rest of the week before the game. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'd like to address this question to Gary or Lisa, I guess, because it says that your roots came from San Emilio, Ilocos. So, can you tell us more about your roots in Ilocos?
That's right.
Yeah, so my dad is from the Philippines, right? Born and raised. In his 20s, he joined the U.S. Navy, and that's when he moved to Florida. He met my mom. And then, actually, after 20 years of the Navy, my dad retired, and he wanted to move back to the Philippines. So we all moved back to the Philippines.
Oh, you did?
You did?
Yeah, so I lived here for about 2 years. I attended Maryknoll. My brothers went to
Maryknoll.
Okay.
Yeah, but we lasted 2 years, and then my parents wanted to go back to Hawaii, so then we went back to Hawaii. So I did get to, go to San Emilio and all that. During that time, there was no running water or electricity, and I thought it was great. It was like camping to me. We'd go out at night, and I never saw so many stars in my life. I thought that was the greatest thing ever. And but now it's all, I have to get there. In fact, end of the season, we're going to go to San Emilio and visit my family. So I have a lot of family in San Emilio. My cousin is the mayor of San Emilio, Joey Brigado, and my uncle, a lot of relatives there actually.
So does this mean that you're settling in the Philippines, the Van Sickles? I mean, Gary and Lisa. I know Brooke has a professional, job here, but are you guys settling finally here?
Well, Gary's mother is still in Hawaii, so we got to help take care of her. But my dad is still alive. He is 94, bless his heart, and he's in Hawaii right now. And so when we go back in December, we need. But my family's all. I got 4 siblings,
right?
And so we're all helping out. He's in a home, but he's in good hands right now. So
terrific.
Yeah. So he's been watching volleyball too and enjoyed every single moment.
Well, he can actually watch the show via our Facebook platform and YouTube.
Yes,
Gary, how has Lisa been? How has having Lisa by your side influenced your coaching style? I mean, has she really been able to influence your, even the way you conduct yourself on court and with the girls?
Well, it's like she said earlier when she was talking. She said we actually for the 20 years. It was not necessarily a head coach, assistant coach. We've always been like co-coaches. So, like she said, we bounce a lot of ideas off one another. And even during that galleries match, I told her that if she saw anything, we kind of have we make eye contact and I'll ask her what she thinks. But we both did that. So there's not really, a head coach that has all the decisions. We kind of share that, and it's worked for us for a long time. So I think we're just going to kind of continue that and see where it takes us.
Yeah. Well, Brooke, has there been any funny moment so far in training and or on the games that could only happen because you're a family? Has there been something like that so far?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say like specifically within like us as a family, but I would just say no, we just have a good time at practice. My parents, I think all the girls are at ease, like all the girls like them, and my parents are nice people.
You can see them.
Yeah, they're not scary, they're not whatever. So I think they gel with the team really well. I would say probably the only funniest thing so far is they're getting used to having to speak very loud, especially the gyms are really loud and they have a hard time vocalizing. So management actually brought my mom this little headset and to the speaker.
Okay.
So she'll be having her little headset on at practice and talking. But it has been helping. But it's just so funny. We're welcome to Lisa's TED Talk. Kind of cackling about it, but. So it's just small little funny things. We all laugh together.
We're gonna follow that TikTok account.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys, what is the goal for you guys, not only with Petrogas, but as a family? I'll begin with Mom. Lisa, what is the goal? What is the goal for you personally, and I guess for Petrogas?
Oh, for me personally, just to be able to contribute, to be able to win over, as a coach, you gotta be balanced, right? You gotta be light, otherwise they ain't gonna want to play for you. But you also there's a fine line. You gotta be strict at some point because of the discipline if you want to get things done, right? So for me, it's just building that the team bonding kind of thing. But so far it's been pretty well. It's been going pretty good. And then family-wise, like Brooke said earlier, we're just picking up where we left off. I mean, we're used to each other. We're used to coaching her. She's used to, having us coach her kind of thing, being part of the team. And so, yeah, whatever I can contribute to help us win. Bottom line is we want to win. We're here to win. Whatever I can do to help, that's what I'm going to do.
Gary, what is the goal for Petrogas? Is it championship or bust for you?
Yeah, I think so. We're a family that likes to win, so we're gonna try to do everything we can to help this organization and ownership win. If we don't, that would be a disappointing. But we are just definitely going to give it our all and try some new things and see where that leads us.
Well, it's a tough task. I know, Brooke. These are very tough teams, and the imports are terrific in this conference. Is there any particular import that you're eagerly looking forward to playing against in the PVL, Brooke?
I would say all of them.
All of them?
To see, yeah. I like to see, be able to play against all of them. Like, everyone is a professional athlete for a reason. Like, everyone has their own set of skills that makes them unique as players, and it's really cool to be able to watch just like good players do what they're good at and just be able to learn off of that, feed off of it, and just try to like implement some pieces into my game. So I would love to play all of them. I know it's not gonna work because like the tournament's set up, but there definitely is some big hitters in the league, and I'm really stoked. Like, even to play Courtney next game is really cool because I've known Courtney and have played against her when she was at UW. So I'm really excited to be able to see how she's progressed over the years in her career, and even to like rejoin with Lindsay Vanderweyde is like super awesome to be able to be next to a volleyball player that's so well-rounded. So I'm just excited to be able to see a good volleyball and learn from it, and just like I hope everyone has a healthy season and stays, injury-free. That's the goal, right? To be able to compete, have fun, push each other, and then be healthy. So
and so are we. I mean, we're so excited to see the three of you always on the court. I guess, partner, as my parting shot, my final question, maybe the father of the family can say this. What does it mean for you, Gary, to be wearing the colors as a family of Petrogas in this conference, and this very unique but certainly refreshing setup as a family working together in a professional team?
Wearing the colors of Petrogas is an honor. Actually, my daughter's been with them going on December will be 2 years. So they've treated her like family since she's been here. So being able to experience that with her is awesome. And I think we're just going to kind of take it from there. But like I said, we're trying to do everything we can that'll make us win games. And hopefully the outcome will be what we expect. But if not, it'll still be a great experience, meeting lots of new people and making new friendships. So I think overall it's just been great so far.
Well, we wish you all the best, Gary, Lisa, and Brooke, and certainly we're looking forward to watching all of you on court.
Zoom out a little, Gary and Lisa, so we can.
There you go. Thank you so much, guys,
luck.
and good luck.
Good luck to all of you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Mga kaibigan, Gary, Lisa, and Brooke Van Sickle. Grabe, no? I mean, alam mo, ang gusto ko tanongin sana. Nakalimutan ko ngayon ko lang naisip. Pag gabi na, matutulog na kayo, yung pa rin ba pinag-uusapan ninyo?
Talagay ko, nagsawa na. Iba naman ang pag-usapan.
Diba?
And besides, hiwalay naman yata.
Hiwalay na daw yung condo nila. Yung isa nandito sa kabilang kwarto. Alright mga kaibigan, that was fun, mga Van Sickle. So panoorin nyo po yan sa PVL Reinforced Conference, of course, sa One Sports. Pinapadabas po yan. Alright, bago po tayo magpatuloy, syempre, ipasok po natin ang mga viral videos at pop culture sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop. Ang title po ng ating video ngayong umagang ito ay Doctor Strange.
Parang Marvel, Marvel series.
Superhero, ha? Panoorin po natin to, ha? Talaga namang channeling ng kanyang Mamba mentality. Si Jason Tatum. Aba, di ba may, may injury? 5 buwang matapos ng kanyang naging Achilles injury, may nakakagulat na update ang Boston Celtics superstar. Aba, sa isang video pinakita ni Tatum na nakakapag-dunk na siya ulit. Tingnan nga natin, nakakapag-dunk na ba talaga yan? Ito, oo nga! Lumulundag, Napakalaking step niyan. At may buwela pa para sa comeback ni Tatum. Walang umaasang makakabalik siya ngayong season, pero base sa bilis ng kanyang recovery, di malabong mapaaga ang hardcourt comeback. Tanong tuloy ng ilan, sino bang doctor nitong si Jason? Si Doctor Strange ba? At yan po ang ating Stop and Pop. Alright, when we return mga kapatid, ang ating pong makakasama si Coach Alex Compton sa Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Photon, Joyride at ng N Plus Gold. Ang oras po natin 9:12 ng umaga. This time check is brought to you by Ultima.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
To the right, to the right.
To the right of the FM band. True FM.
On 105.9.
Hoy, 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 hoy! May bagong swabbing energy drink. New Cobra Rice. Ang sarap! Grabe! Refreshing blue cola and lemon blast flavors na less sugar. Chill ka lang dumiskarte. With L-theanine at less caffeine. Ang tumingin so suave. With vitamin A. New Cobra Rice. Swabbing energy! With proper diet and exercise. Joshua Garcia to. Bili na sa suking tindahan.
New Cobra Rice. Less sugar at less caffeine kaysa Cobra Original Flavor. May L-theanine at vitamin A pa.
Rise up with Cobra Rice.
Celebrate the lives of your fallen family heroes at Tahanan ng Alaala in Himlayang, Pilipino. We offer premium memorial service by providing 24 hours personalized customer care with flexible funeral and chapel accommodation packages. At Himlayang Pilipino, we give honor to the heroes of your lives. For inquiries, you may contact us at 0968-896-4850 or 0917-713-5034 or visit us at www.himlayangpilipino.org.
Himlayang Pilipino. Promise, babe. Hindi ka mabibitin. With Bet88, hindi ka mabibitin sa laro. Secure at napakaraming payment options for fast cash in and out ng panalo mo. Ibang swerte to. Bet88.ph.
Gambling for 21 years old and above only. Gambling can be addictive. Know when to stop.
Sign up now at bet88.ph and get 30% deposit reward every day up to 8,888. Bet88. Ibang swerte to.
Long day at work.
Plus something cool and creamy.
It's a match! Stuck in traffic.
Plus something earthy and refreshing. It's a match!
Refresh with Dunkin' Matcha Latte. Made with finely ground green tea powder and milk to match your mood and cravings. You plus Dunkin' Matcha Latte.
It's a match! 'Cause anytime is Dunkin' time.
Hey, it's Bel Mariano. There's nothing like a Dunkin' treat today.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Maraming salamat po dahil saan man ang True FM. Naroon din kayo sa 105.9 na tayo. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Power and Play with Com Noli Iyala. Muli po nagbabalik ang Power and Play and of course bago po tayo magpatuloy, hindi po possible lahat itong ating ginagawa kung hindi po sa tulong ng ating mga giliw ng mga sponsors na matagal na po sumasama sa atin. Now we are going on our 8th year sa Power and Play. And of course, gusto natin pong pasalamatan kayong lahat na patuloy po sumusuporta sa amin. Unahin ko na po, of course, ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Sa ganitong babago-bago ang panahon, mga kapatid, sobrang init, uulan ng malakas. Kailangan natin ng matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum kapag may aluminum tsak na pang matagalan. At isa lang ang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum.
Thank you!
Photon vans, kapag komportable ang biyahe, ang sarap mag long trip at iyan ang hatid ng Photon vans tulad ng Photon Trans Van E, Photon Trans Van HR 16-seater, Photon Traveler X, Photon Traveler XL 19-seater, Photon Tuano at Photon Tuano Executive 11-seater naman yan. Turbo diesel ang makina, walang bitin sa lakas at hatak, merong manual at meron ding automatic transmission. Pang negosyo, pang barkada at pang pamilya. Merong 5-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first. Pumunta lamang o tumawag sa pinakamalapit na Photon dealership sa inyong lugar.
Thank you!
Cherry Tigo, energize your drive with the all-new Cherry Tigo Cross HEV, one of the most attainable hybrid electric vehicles in the market. This hybrid electric vehicle is one of the most powerful and feature-packed subcompact SUVs that delivers 204 horsepower and a class-leading 310 Newton meters of torque. And with a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 14 advanced driver assistance features, including adaptive cruise control and a 360-degree camera, you get the peace of mind that comes with advanced protection every time you hit the road. This electrified SUV comes with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto at an introductory price of just 1.198 million pesos. With a 1,200 kilometer full tank range, the Tigo Cross HEV can take you from Manila to Baguio and back twice.
Wow!
Without needing to refuel. Bakang bihira. Backed by an 8-year battery warranty and a 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, this vehicle definitely offers a worry-free driving experience. For more information, check out at Cherry Auto Philippines sa Facebook.
Thank you!
Joyride, ang iyong bagong kasundo. No more waiting na sa Joyride QR Code Instant Booking. Parahin lang ang Joyride MC Taxi Driver at i-generate ang QR code sa Joyride Super App. Ipascan ito sa driver para match agad. At sa Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Service, wala nang hassle sa pagpunta sa airport para sa inyong flight. Pre-book a ride to the airport from 2 weeks to 24 hours prior to your departure. For inquiries, you may call Joyride Super Taxi Hatid Airport Hotline at 0920-948-6550.
Thank you!
717 Deli, serving quality classic premium sandwiches. Treat yourself to a feel-good meal today. Located at 3rd floor, 53 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. 717 Deli, keep you smiling with every bite.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan. For your skin assessment and treatment schedule, please call 0917-890-1640 and 0977-809-8886.
Thank you!
Smart, live more today.
Thank you!
Rudy Project Shades, elevate your performance and style with Rudy Project.
Thank you!
And Plus Gold.
Thank you!
And Ultima, vitamins and minerals with ginseng food supplement.
Thank you!
Ako, itong Ultima, partner, maraming salamat na nakikita niyo po itong Ultima. Kayo po, kung kailangan ninyo ng pampalakas, itong Korean Panax Ginseng, naku again napakahusay. Pang-araw-araw yan, partner. Ikaw ba, uminom ka nito?
Oo, partner. Simula nung binigyan tayo ng sample niya ng tunay-tunaladang boxes, nag-ship ako.
Oh.
Nag-shift na. Ito na ngayon ang iniinom ko.
Yan na ngayon ang iniinom mo.
For the past month.
Nakita mo?
Maganda. Effective. Para sa akin, ha?
Again, mga kapatid, no approved therapeutic claims to.
Wala.
Kinaklaro lang po.
Multivitamins naman.
Kinaklaro lang po ng ating mga kaibigan sa Belkens Pharma Inc. O nga pala, yung N Plus Gold, mga kapatid, yung N Plus Gold, may bago tayong teammate dito sa Power and Play, ang N Plus Gold Adult Nutritional Power Drink.
Yeah.
Naku, napakasarap po niyan. Para sa bawat laban, powered ka with calcium, phosphorus, vitamin D2, essential nutrients for mobility and bone strength. Iniinom mo rin yan, di ba?
Dagdag ko rin yan. Simula nung binigyan tayo ng galon-galon na
ng Belkens.
ng Belkens ng N Plus Gold. Minsan yan na ang dinner ko. Kompleto na eh.
Dinner? Talo kita. Ako, almusal ko yan eh. Saka dinner. Ang lolo ko, hanggang tanghali. Matindi. N Plus Gold, tanda po yan ng pagmamahal. Siyempre, kita mo naman. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng ating mga sponsor. Ay, partner, alam mo, marami pa rin nangyayari bago natin ipasok siyempre ang ating mga kaibigan o ang ating susunod na panauhin. Marami pa rin mga bali-balita tungkol sa mundo ng palakasan na nagaganap po ngayon. Unahin na natin, of course, ang UAAP.
Ay, ako talaga sa totoo lang, sinusubaybayan ko yan. Kumbaga, parang ganun na rin ang nangyayari sa PBA. Yung nangyayari ngayon sa UAAP. Talagang nagbabakbakan. No?
Very unpredictable.
Very unpredictable. Biro mo, nanalong FEU, di ba? Alam mo, di ba? Parang hindi mo masabi pwede makasilat eh. Pero mamayang hapon, abangan ninyo, mamayang hapon.
Naku, mabigat to.
Magandang laban.
Siyempre, lalong-lalo na galing sa talo ang Ateneo.
Galing sa talo. Di ba?
Nasira
ng winning streak.
Ng UP. Yun, ang UP naman, paangat.
Paangat.
Dalawang sunod na malakas na panalo. Di ba? Tatlo na yata. Tatlong sunod.
At nasilat rin ng UST.
Talo din ng UST. Kaya yung Ateneo UST po mamayang hapon, magandang laban yan. Maabangan natin yung bakbakang Akowi at yung si Divine Adili ng Ateneo.
Diba?
Si Collins Akowi versus Adili. And then of course din si Cabanyero. Si Nick Cabanyero kontra kay Manny Ladi. Magandang. At si Fortsky Padrigao. Makakalaban niya muli ang kanyang dating mga kampe. Lalong-lalo na yung Padrigao versus Bahay. Kaya panoorin po niyo yan mamaya.
But before that, yung unang game, di ba, ang Adamson, sa totoo lang, no, nakikita ko malakas ang Adamson, pero palaging nasisilat sa dulo.
Inconsistent pa.
Kaya ang score nila is 1 win, 4 losses. Di ba?
Pero puro dikit.
Yung mga talo. Ibig sabihin, na ganun din, meron rin mga laban ng UE na minsan muntik na nanalo pero natatalo. Pero 0-4 sila.
Naghahanap ng unang panalo. So, makakakuha kaya?
1-4 against 0-4.
Correct.
Yung Ateneo naman versus UST, 4-1 against 3-1. Di ba? Magandang laban.
Marami po tayong abangan mamaya sa UAAP. Of course, andyan pa yung iba katulad ng resurgence ng NU. Na ngayon ay talaga namang nakuha na nila yung kanilang rhythm. Alam naman natin yung NU, matagal na pong malakas yan. Last year, malakas talaga yan. Ang problema, nagkaroon ng injury sa kanilang foreign student athlete. Kaya nga, nagkaroon ng bagong pagbabago sa rules ng UAAP. Ginawa ng dalawa.
Diba?
Kita
Not
mo?
once.
Not once. Naging dalawa. Pero hindi pwedeng sabay. And that's again, wag na natin sabing knee-jerk reaction. Siguro naman yan ay pinag-aralan nila. But again, NU is on an upside. Samantalang, ang DLSU naman, medyo settling. Alam mo, after a very hot start, alam natin na natalo sila sa Ateneo. And of course, wake up call. Pero humabol ang Lasal. Diba? 33 na po ang panalo ng Ateneo noon. Hinabol nila, bumaba sa 7. Kung hindi lang nagkaroon ng konting abiryan nung huli, baka lalo pang dumikit yun eh. But again, yun ang
bukas
tinasabi
yan,
mo.
Sunday yan, ha?
Lasal, ano ba? Next bukas?
Bukas,
NU?
it's a Sunday, Lasal versus NU.
Aba, ang bigat yan.
2-2, 2 wins, 2 losses against 4-1.
Aba, ang gandang laban yan. Oo, yung Lasal NU. Panoorin po nyo yan and makikita natin ulit ang alam mo ako ito ang napupuna ko sa Lasal. Unang-una free throw shooting nila. Napakasama. And nandiyan na si Renren Ritualo. Baka naman mapapaganda natin yan. Pangalawa, alam mo si Jacob Cortez, napakahusay na player. Ang galing magdala ng bola, court at sa opensa pero minsan he's a shoot first rather than a pass first guard eh. Sana matutunan pa niya, mag-settle down sa leadership
para
niya.
Para hindi siya ma-predict.
Yes. Parang tatay niya. Alam mo
agad
naman natin si Mike Cortez nung araw, the cool cat. Kung pumasa yan, talagang saktong-sakto. Nakikita na natin yung shades na yon kay Jacob Cortez, but he needs to learn to trust his teammates more, I think, para sa Lasal.
At speaking of bukas naman, yung susunod na game. After ng Lasal, NU, UP versus FEU. Na nakasilat ang FEU nga. Sabi ko
medyo nabuhayan ang dugo.
1-3. Ang UP naman, 3-2.
Oo.
Kaya maganda eh. Talagang alam mo, nagbabalasahan ng
merong chance na ika nga magkaroon ng pagbabago going into the second round. But again, matagal-tagal pa po yan and a lot of games still to be played. But again, it's a collegiate basketball. Everything is possible. Very unpredictable. Kaya naman napakasaya ang panonood po ng UAAP. And again, you can catch all of the action sa One Sports and of course sa UAAP Varsity Channel dito po sa Signal TV. Isa pang balita, partner. Aba, si QMB ay parte na uli ng Gilas Pilipinas Pool. Finally. Magandang balita po yan na si Quintin Miliora Brown, yung pong
The Great Brown Hope.
The Great Brown Hope. Yung pong 6'8", 6'9", 6'10"? O 6'10" pa yata eh.
6'9" yata alam ko eh.
Na nagbigay po ng kampyonato sa UP Fighting Maroons last year. Ngayon po ay sasali na sa Gilas Pool. Hindi po ang ibig sabihin niyan maila-line up. Wala naman tayong sinasabing ganyan na pressure. Wala pang final. Pero may mga qualifiers po tayo na mangyayari very soon sa November para sa qualification ng World Cup na naman, partner. World Cup qualifiers na naman yan. So, malaking bagay na makakalaro si QMB para kay Coach Tim Cone. Nakikita ko na how magagamit alam mo naman si Coach Tim. Kasi si QMB, pag tinitingnan mo siya, halo siya alam mo si Sanitos. Yung ganong klaseng tipo. At the same time, an athletic type katulad naman, let's say ano tawag dito, si Mark Pingris. Parang gano'n malaking katawan pero athletic. So, you can already see kung paano hinawakan ni Coach Tim Cone yung dalawang yun, si Sanitos at si Pingris. At na-transform niya hindi lamang as a great rebounder, offensive option, but a great passer.
And they both played for the national team.
They both played for the national team. So, itong si QMB under Coach Tim Cone obviously will now have a lot of development.
Now that QMB is now part of the roster, siguro next week natatanong natin niya kung sasali siya sa Southeast Asian Games.
Pwede. Pinag-uusapan ng next week. Yan, nabanggit na ni partner Jera. Next week po, ang ating mga kasama dito sa studio, hopefully. Mismo ang head coach ng SEA Games Gilas team na si Coach Norman Black. Ayan, abangan nyo po yan next week. And also next week, posible pong makuha natin yung pong organizer ng Live Golf.
Yun.
Alam niyo kung ano yung Live Golf? Yan po yung counterpart. Sabihin na natin competition ng Professional Golfers Association, yung PGA Tour. Yung Live Golf po. At yung Live Golf po ay maglalaro dito po sa Pilipinas. Nadadalin po nila yung kanilang hanay ng pinakamagagaling na golfers din. Sana dumating si John Ram.
Sa Santa Elena yan.
Santa Elena.
Kaya ngayon nagkukumahog ang Santa Elena na ayusin. Lahat para sa Live Golf.
Ayaw ngang palaruin Ayaw palaruin yung mga golfer. Pero it will be a spectacle. Meron pang isa before that yung International Series. Dadating din yung mga si Dustin Johnson, dadating dito sa Pilipinas para maglaro po nung International Series ng golf. So, abangan po natin yan yung yung mga international players. Speaking of international players, bago tayo magpunta sa si Alex Ayala, mga kapatid, ay naghahanda na po sa kanyang next 3 events. Ito ay mga WTA 250 events, meaning mas mataas na level po ito kaysa doon ng mga nakaraang nilaruan niya. Yung una po ay gaganapin sa Osaka, Japan yung pong Japan
Open.
Open. Aba, kita mo? Ito po yung magsisimula ata sa Lunes. Nasa Osaka na si Alex Ayala. And she is trying, right now, nakarating na po siya sa kanyang highest ranking sa WTA na 54 in the world.
Isipin mo, dati sinasabi lang ni Alex siya, makapasok lang ako sa 100.
Top 100.
Halos mangangalahati na eh.
Nung in-interview natin siya dito, 136 pa
Kaya
siya.
nga, happy na raw siyang makapasok sa 100. Nangangalahati na.
Pambihira
54
talaga.
na po ngayon.
Itong taon na to pambihira sa kanya. And now, she's trying to break into the top 50. Wala pa po sa kasaysayan ng women's tennis na Pilipinong nakapasok sa top 50 ng mundo. Kaya po naghahangad si Alex na kung maganda ang magiging performance niya dito sa Japan Open sa Osaka, makapasok na siya. Mabasag niya yung 50 mark o 50 WTA 50 mark. And then after that, siya po itutuloy sa Guangzhou, China again for the Guangzhou Open. And then finally, sa Hong Kong Open sa katapusan po ng buwan. Tayo po, ako partner, mas mapalad na manonood ng Hong Kong Open live. Tayo po ay...
Kailan ba yan, partner?
Katapusan ng buwan. Kaya kung gusto mo sumama...
Sama ako sa maleta mo.
Sumama ka na sa akin. Yan po ang magandang pagkakataon na makita natin ang ating kababayan at pinagmamalaking si Alex sa Hong Kong Open. Alam naman natin, daming Pilipino niya sa Hong Kong. Kaya sana nga, maganda maging campaign ni Alex. Pumasok siya sa top 50 and then, masurpresa tayo. Manalo siya sa Hong Kong Open.
Sana.
Sa harap ng kanyang fans at mga pamilya. Alright, mga kapatid, before we continue, syempre, silipin muna natin ang ating mga moments in history this week in sports history.
Okay, balikan muna natin ang best moments sa kasaysayan ng palakasan sa this week in sports history. October 6, 1921 or 104 years ago, napukol ni Babe Ruth ang kanyang unang home run sa World Series. Sa Game 4 yan ng serye sa pagitan ng New York Yankees against the Giants. Ito rin ang unang home run ng Yankees sa World Series. Yun lang, na-injure si Ruth at naging malaking dahilan sa pagkatalo ng Yankees sa nasabing serye. Babe Ruth hits first World Series homer this week in sports history.
Grabe, 104 years ago.
104 years
Grabe,
ago,
no?
diba?
Pero first home run, natatandaan ko na lang kay Babe Ruth, yung candy.
Okay, tsokolate, di ba? Ang kalaban ni
Sino?
Babe Ruth, alam mo kung sino?
Sino?
Si Butterfinger. Alam mo rin, ha?
Diba?
Alam mo lang, dalawa lang yan.
Dalawa lang yan.
Dilaw at puti.
Pero Babe Ruth pa rin ang
Babe
ating
Ruth pa rin,
pinag-usapan
Babe Ruth.
this week in sports history. Alright.
Okay.
Well, at this point, medyo handa na po tayong ipasok ang ating susunod na bisita. Ang ating pong magiging susunod na bisita, mga kapatid, ay naging head coach ng Alaska Aces. Pumasok sa 5 kampyonato or finals series sa PBA. Naglaro rin po siya sa NBA and of course sa PBA. Naging MVP sa NBA, yung Metropolitan Basketball Association back in 1999. And of course, naging parte din po siya ng PBA at ng Gilas Pilipinas. And today, he is now a self-help author ng isang libro. At para po ilagay sa pasok po ang ating susunod na bisita, ilalagay po natin siya sa spotlight, sa In the Spotlight. A champion player, a colorful and decorated coach, and of course, a great guy all around. Kasama po natin ngayon, walang iba kung hindi si Coach Alex Thompson. Good morning, Coach Alex.
Good morning. Good morning. Magandang gabi po sa inyo mula rito sa Wisconsin ako. But thank you so much for having me on. I don't know kung anong appropriate na tawag sa inyo, but you'll always be calm to me. So
I'm with Jera here, Coach Alex, my partner.
Hi, Jera. Sorry, I can't see you. I can only see a few things, but hi.
It's okay.
That's all right. That's all
no
right.
problem. Now you can see us. I guess you can see us both.
You know, welcome back, Coach Alex. Alam mo, nakakatuwa. Alam mo si Coach, by the way, mga kabit, marunong pong magtagalog yan si Coach Alex.
Diba?
He is a fluent speaking Filipino. He's a Filipino, actually, by heart. Kaya naman yan, alam mo, ito, kwento ko lang to, and I know Alex knows this. Back in 2007, I decided as a commissioner of the PBA then that he deserves to play in the professional league. And I made him play as a second import ng Rain or Shine because at the time, sabi ko sa board, maybe he can play as a Filipino local. Sabi ng board, wag naman, ang galing-galing yan eh. Di ba? So, gawin na lang nating second import. And that was the time that Coach Alex was able to play in the PBA, and I'm just so happy to see you again. It's been a long time. Alex, what brings you back to the Philippines, my friend?
Well, I'm actually in Wisconsin.
Oh,
now,
you're in Wisconsin. You're back in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Oh, you've never been here?
Malayo ako.
Oh, okay.
Malayo ka pala.
Malayo. Okay. Well, that's incredible because it's full circle for you. It's full circle. You played in Wisconsin with Madison. I researched this. Madison West High School. You were the leading scorer. You led the school to its only state championship since 1945, and you were inducted into the Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame in 2023. So it's been full circle. What are you doing in Wisconsin now, Alex? What keeps you busy?
Well, thank you. Actually, aksidente talaga to eh. Nung COVID, nung 2020, di ba, medyo mahigpit yung mga lockdown. So sabi ko kay Mrs., sabi ko, babe, kawawa naman yung mga anak natin dito. Punta naman tayo sa Wisconsin, so at least we get some grandma and grandpa time. Kasi syempre, nasa abroad yung pamilya ko, yung magulang ko. So pumunta kami dito. Ang inisip namin was 2-3 buwan, tapos balik PBA, balik Gilas, ganon. Eh yun, after 3 months, talagang, syempre, alam natin lahat yan. Dinahanan natin lahat yan. Walang liga nothing was happening. Walang Gilas. So, sabi namin ni Mrs., ba't kaya tayo dito? So, we moved here. And after all this time, after a few years, I'm running actually a small company. Ang goal namin is tinutulungan namin yung mga negosyo dito sa US na mag-hire ng mga Pilipino.
Very nice.
Which is really, it took me a while to find something na parang talagang ako. Eh, yun na yun eh. I get to brag about Filipinos to Americans. So that's fun. Tapos, we just came out with a book in March para sa mga magulang naman. Kasi sa youth sports, pwedeng minsan medyo intense tayo mga magulang eh. So, did some research, took about 1.5 years and co-authored a book with a friend of mine who's been in education for about 15 years. He runs a school and he played in the PBL actually. His name is Kevin Delafu. And so yun ang ginagawa ko dito. Tatlong anak ko, 13, 12, and 10, mga Phil-Am yan. Lahat yan pinanganak sa Pilipinas.
So talagang pwede maglaro yan. Pwede maglaro, Alex, ha? Pwede maglaro dito sa Pilipinas.
Pero alam mo, partner, no? Alex, siguro hindi mo kuha yan. Yung bago pa lang tong Capitol Commons.
Yeah.
Di ba? Bago. Diyan siya nakatira eh. Dahil nadadaan ako doon, shortcut, I always see you dahil I regularly pass that road. Nakikita ko palagi si Alex kasama ang kanyang mga anak playing doon sa playground sa gitna. Am I right, Coach?
Yes, sir. Kasi ang unang namin ni Mrs. was Valle Verde Mansions.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun? So when it was time to take the kids out, we just go to Capitol Commons, run them around. Yeah.
Nakikita ko sila regularly.
Talaga, at saka buhay pa rin is basketball. Hey, which I want to ask you, wala kang involvement sa sports in Wisconsin, Alex, at this time? I mean, considering that you're a legend in that area.
So I have been promoted to the highest honor, an incredibly high-paying coaching job, and that's a volunteer coach of my 5th grade girls team.
That's a very pressure-packed position, my friend. Masyadong malaki ang pressure niyan. You gotta develop.
Pinapractice pa lang namin yung mga passing and catching. So medyo komplikado masyado. But we'll get there one day.
A lot of patience yan, ha? A lot of patience yan, Coach.
I thought you were here in Manila
ako rin eh.
to celebrate or to join the 50th anniversary. But it's still good. But even in relation to that, when you look back, before we talk about your book, Alex,
yeah.
when you look back at your career, kasi ang career mo not only was a player, but you also became a really good coach, a sought after coach, and of course the national coach. Ano yung pinaka most memorable moments mo in your stint in the PBA and even in the NBA and in Philippine basketball, Alex?
Wow, marami yan. Marami yan. Alam nyo, nung pumunta ako sa Pilipinas, 1998, inisip ko, baka 1 year, 2 years, maglaro ako, tapos mag-graduate school ako dito. Ayun, na-in love talaga ako sa Pilipinas and sa Philippine basketball. So, tumagal talaga ako. Kaya sabi ko sa mga tao, kung pupunta kayo sa Pilipinas, mag-ingat kayo. Kasi ang plano ko, maiksi lang. Tapos, pagkatapos ng 22 years, may asawa pa. Tatlong anak na ako. So, alam niyo yung song na Hotel California?
Yeah.
So, sabi ko, Hotel California, you might never leave. You might just fall in love. So be careful. But dami na mga memories eh. So many good memories.
Yeah.
Higit pa sa lahat, napaka-blessed talaga ako sa Pilipinas. Kasi parang feeling ko, alam niyo naman to, faith's a big part of my life, but it wasn't when I went there. So, ang nangyari, nung nagka-MBA, pinayagan ako maglaro. Pero sinabi ko sa kanila na Amerikano talaga ako, pero may birth certificate ako dyan kasi talagang pinanganak ako sa Makati Med. But I said I'm not Filipino. May mga kaibigan ng mga magulang ko sa Pilipinas. So there's no tapos puting-puti pa ako eh. I'm not gonna say that Richard White is my dad.
Ay, anong bilad mo sa araw, ha?
Richard White eh.
That's funny.
So
yeah.
I was allowed to play. And then siguro mga 5 or 6 months sa NBA, after the start ng NBA, sabi nila, ay bawal lang na yung mga Amerikano na pinanganak dito. Yung mga pure foreigner lang.
Right.
So, ang alam ko sa history ng Philippine basketball, ako lang yung foreigner ba?
Yeah.
Na pinanganak lang sa Pilipinas, na pinayagan maglaro ng pro basketball. So, if I have anything but gratefulness, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I just have no right to be anything but grateful. After that, I had a wonderful time with Romel Ducul and Peter Martin and my friends on the Metro Stars. Then we merged with the Batangas Blades, Eddie Lowry, Tony Boy, Jeff Sanders, just a bunch of great players. And you know, I love travel, I love cultures. So, nung naka-MBA, parang saktong-sakto sa akin. Kasi
you were moving around.
Na-expose ako sa buong Pilipinas.
Tama.
And doon ko nalaman na may iba't ibang kultura, mga subcultures ba? Di ba?
Right.
Medyo iba yung mga tao sa Cebu kaysa sa mga tao sa Jensan.
That's right.
Kaysa sa mga tao sa Pangasinan. Pero Pilipino lahat yan.
Oh.
So it was really like I get to see the country but understand some of the intricacies. And that was such a blessing. And then just anytime, you know, you win a championship. So 1 year sa Montaña, John Dan Salvador was our MVP. We won the PBL. And then kay Luigi sa Alaska, we won against Tenebra. I think at that time my record attendance yung sa championship namin sa game-winning clinching finals, it was like 23,000 people sa Araneta. I'm sure may violation yan sa mga fire.
What do you miss what do you miss, Alex? Now that you're looking back, anong nami-miss mo during your time playing? Relationships.
Yung mga tao, yung mga friends ba? Kasi hindi ko nami-miss yung traffic. Aminin ko naman yan. Yun, hindi ko nami-miss yan. But it's, you know, pinapaliwanag ko sa mga kaibigan ko rito, sabi ko, isipin nyo kung saan kayo pagkatapos ng college, 22 years kayo dyan hanggang 45. Ang dami mong relationship. Your social, all your friends, your professional relationship, your spiritual family. Lahat nandun. So, parang nung bumalik kami dito, parang foreigner talaga ako dito. So I had to get used to, parang lumipat lahat ng mga kaibigan ko dito, parang new city to. So it was interesting. So I really miss the people in the Philippines. And that's the thing I always tell foreigners about. I say the best thing about the Philippines is Filipinos.
Yeah. Well, we miss you too. And alam mo, karapat-dapat si Alex na Pilipino sapagkat talaga namang pusong Pilipino. Halos yun ang tinitibok ng kanyang puso at ng dugo, 'di ba? Pilipinong-Pilipino. At pinagmamalaki niya. Alam mo, may mga Pilipino hindi pinagmamalaki ang Pilipinas, ha. Ito, sabi nga niya, Amerikano siya pero kung papaano niya pagmalaki ang Pilipinas pambihira.
Hindi, tsaka one good thing na notice ko talaga kay Alex, 'di ba? Parang yung mga iba, magto-thought process pa lang sa ulo kung ano yung sasabihin eh. Sa pagsasalita niya ng Pilipino, wala na thought process, automatic na lumalabas eh. So makita mo talagang very fluent siya sa pagsasalita.
Mahilig kasi manood ng Itbulaga yan eh. No, but Alex, okay, going to your book, you're now a self-help author of a book entitled The Wisest Learners Guiding Your Child's Athletic Journey. And marami nagsasabi, I've seen the reviews, it is a must-read for parents who have children that are in sports or even not in sports, just to motivate them. It's about, values creation. It's about, formation of character. So let me ask you first, ano ang nagtulak sa'yo? What is the motivation behind this book, Alex?
So, taon-taon sa Amerika pa lang, 45 million yung mga bata naglalaro ng youth sports. So, dami yan. Dito lang yan. So, marami rin sa Pilipinas, marami rin sa Europe, marami rin sa... At parang namin, yun sa mga picture, namin, launch namin yan sa Fully Book sa BGC noong March. But, we started, the Wisest Learners brand started kasi isa sa mga best friend ko talaga, UP boy. I don't know why, but ang dami kong kaibigan na UP boy. Si Coach Eric, si Coach Bo, etong kaibigan ko si Wallace. He started, he's an EdPsych PhD. Siya yung nag-umpisa ng Wisest Learners. So he wrote a book for parents about a holistic learning model with a cognitive neuroscientist from Europe. So biro ko palagi kay Wallace, alam niya mahal ko siya, but talagang nerdy yan, grabe mag-learn yan, grabe, ang talino talaga yan. And his book is brilliant. I mean, para sa lahat ng mga magulang na nakikinig, if you want to help your kids learn better academically, it's the best book I've ever read on that. So, after he wrote that, lumapit siya sa amin ni Kevin and sabi niya, maybe you guys want to write one for parents of athletes. And si Kevin, player din, coach din. Actually, high school coach siya sa California. And head siya ng isang K-12 school. Ako, syempre, player, coach, tapos yung mga anak ko naglalaro pa. We've seen so much of the best and of the worst. And karamihan naman sa ating mga magulang, we're trying our best. No one loves our kids more than us.
Yeah.
But sometimes, yung mga practices natin, hindi the best dyan. So, it's not because of a lack of desire. It's not because, masamang kang tao, ganun. Sometimes we just don't know, right? So, we did some research. We took about a year and a half. We looked through the best research and we put the book together. Naisip namin, saan ba talagang nag-i-struggle yung mga magulang sa sports journey ng mga anak nila? At hindi ito sa mga superstar, ha? Hindi ito para sa magulang ng susunod na Junmar Fajardo or ganun. It's para sa lahat ng mga naglalaro. Kasi naranasan nyo din kahit maglalaro sila, kahit aabot sila sa PBA or sa the top volleyball league in the Philippines or kung ano man talaga yung goal nila, yung pangarap nila, matatapos na rin yan.
Right.
You can't play for your whole life. So, ang focus namin is yung tao and the way to build character and good memories with the families. And so we wanted to share some best practices and focus on some things that sa tingin namin napakalaking bagay sa mga pamilya ba.
There were two concepts that I saw in the reviews, Alex, na I want to ask you. First is this fostering intentional parenting and second is creating meaningful engagement. Anong ibig sabihin mo dyan, Alex? Yeah, very briefly, what did you mean about that?
Ayun, kailangan sabihin mo sa akin talagang very briefly kasi so it's just to really think and have a plan. So you love your children. That's wonderful, but that doesn't mean you have a plan.
Right.
Kailangan may plano tayo. Kailangan pag-aralan din natin yan. So, kung gagawin natin mula sa emotions lang, mula sa puso lang, minsan yung puso namin, okay, the intent is right, but the execution is wrong. So, we want you to think intentionally and share some best practices that might help you, help your children enjoy their sport more, learn from their sport more, grow in their sport more. And if you can be intentional about it and really plan instead of react, I think you're going to have a lot less fights and a lot more joy. And yun talagang ang goal namin.
Coach, gaano katagal mong ginawa tong book na to before it was published? Last March ba? March.
Actually, isang taon kalahati. I got about I got about 3/4 of the way through, and then sabi ko, hindi good enough to. Di palaging sinasabi ni Fred, Boss Fred, di ba, na good enough never is.
Yeah.
Yun talaga yung book na yan. It was not good enough, so we tore it down and we started all over. It's too important. So I actually had to take a break from the company we started. Tinawagan ko ang partners ko, sabi ko, I'm sorry, alam ko we just started this company, kaya lang I have to concentrate on this book. It's too important, and what I've written so far is not good enough because dami-dami kong iniisip. I'm distracted.
Wow.
So my business partners were so supportive, and I really just focused on the book. And
How much, Coach Alex, how much of your career in the Philippines, sa MBA, sa PBA, coaching, is in this book?
Well, that's a good question. Actually, we tell some stories about things. And I open up with a basketball story. I open up with a basketball analogy. I talk with basketball people, whether it's directly or indirectly, whether it was a time of leading a workout with the best Philippine players in Kobe Bryant, where I didn't lead the workout. I asked Kobe to end up leading it. Or whether it was the time, that we had a player from the NBTC and a funny story with my friend Coach Joel Cole, who was trying to train him on how to shoot. Or even at the end, we use an example of Mike Harris, who was our import in the last finals I made too, and sort of what he did from a metacognitive standpoint. So there naturally it comes out. We actually call magandang tanong yan because we wanted to share stories.
Of course.
Para hindi mabigat ba? Para hindi masyadong hindi para sa mga
Tsaka
tao.
mas relatable pag may istorya lalo na from a guy like Alex who played the game, diba? And really excelled in it, no? You mentioned also a phrase there, progress rather than perfection.
Yes.
And now I want to ask you, as an actionable advice to parents, how do you teach that, again, briefly, to your kids? Progress rather than perfection.
Well, parenting also requires repetition, just like shooting free throws. So I need to tell myself that I need to emphasize as a dad, progress, not perfect. What am I focusing on? What are my points of emphasis today? Ginagawa naman namin sa coaching, di ba? Halimbawa, we just got destroyed by San Miguel on offensive rebounds. We are going to talk about rebounding this whole practice. It's going to be coming out of your ears. We are boxing out next game. Well, in the same way, as a parent, we want to not talk about like, Malika. We want to talk about, okay, hey, all right, you made a mistake. Are you getting better? And then we emphasize the praise on the effort to get better and the learning. Kasi, siyempre, lahat ng mga anak natin, bata yan eh.
Yeah.
So why would they ever be perfect? I make mistakes every single day. Oh my gosh. Paano ba yung mga anak natin? But it's really encouraging and motivating if you can look at, wait, I am getting better. Then the kid enjoys the game more. Then they want to practice more. And then instead of being a vicious cycle where they want to get away from the game because of criticism, it becomes a joyous cycle where they're more motivated to play and practice more.
All right. Well, Coach, this is an amazing project that you did. It's an amazing product. And I'm sure many people, many parents, even us, now we have older kids now, but, they will have kids of their own. Grandparents can teach them. A lot of people will learn from this. If there was one takeaway, one principle from your book that you want to impart today in our show, what would that be, Coach?
to have the parents discuss what their values are. So, ang ano namin ni Kevin is, hindi naman right namin na magsabi sa mga tao kung anong dapat yung mga values nila. Your family is your family. But be clear about what your values are. Ano talaga ang mga prioridad nyo? Discuss nyo. Kasi minsan, akala ni Mister ganito. Ayun pala, akala ni Mrs. ganito. Diba? So, maganda na walang akala. Pag-usapan na natin. Find out what your values are. Then you can clearly communicate them together as a team.
Right.
And then you can impart them into your kids, which is really what you want. And you can raise them together as a better team.
Excellent point.
So if there was one thing, I would say that's sort of the start of our book and the foundation is what are your values? Not what are mine, what are yours?
Excellent.
And discuss them and be clear about it.
Well, Coach, alam mo, si Sean Chambers bumalik dito to coach.
Yun.
Alam natin yan.
Tatalungin ko rin sana, pero sige, go ahead, partner.
Di ba?
Yeah.
So, ang tanong namin ni partner Jera, Coach Alex, kung meron kang offer to come back to the Philippines in any form,
collegiate,
professional, national
amateur
team, would you come back to the Philippines?
Well, I think the America traded Sean Chambers for me, or the Philippines traded me for Sean Chambers in a not really blockbuster deal for whoever got me. But I'm open. You know, the thing is, it has to be. I'm so focused on my kids and our job. I mean, minsan may season ng buhay natin. So I was so blessed in basketball.
Yeah.
But I also really believe if I need to do a better job, if I can do a good job in our business that we run, then hopefully we can help more Filipinos get good employment.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that as fun as it is to coach a game and be a part of a team, I feel like there's a different calling for me right now. So while I'll never say no, I didn't plan on leaving. Wala talaga sa plano namin na aalis kami sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Talagang mga Pilipino lahat ng pamilya ko. Ako, reverse coconut naman ako eh. Brown on the inside, white on the outside. So, walang plano umalis. So, I'll never say no. But right now, I think it would be hard. I feel like that calling to to be a bridge to bring good jobs to the Philippines.
Your book is good enough in the meantime to really have your presence here in the Philippines. And we look forward to more books coming from you. Coach Alex. Maraming salamat for joining us this morning.
We miss you, Coach.
We miss you. Maraming salamat.
Well, thank you guys very much. It's an honor being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Kaibigan, the very classy coach and former MVP of the NBA and of course played in the PBA and now an author of a terrific book. Si Coach Alex Compton. Sana bilhin niyo po yung libro niya.
Yeah.
And of course, ating pong isabuhay ang kanyang mga
at sana mas lalo pang lumago yung kanyang negosyo doon. Kumbaga, kung saan nakakatulong pa rin sa mga Pilipino.
Tama. Alright, bago po tayo magtapos, may mga nanalo sa ating top-up promo, si Faith Liloan, Melvin Sibayan, Maril De Ramos, Vince Camille, and Mary Grace Pado. Congratulations sa inyo lahat mula sa Joyride top-up promo. And that'll do it for us this Saturday morning. Again, lagi po nating sinasabi tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit at sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po.
Happy sporting weekend.
More power.
And more play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo. Ipag-iwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Chumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Power and Play was presented by Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, love your journey. Photon, gawa ng Pilipino para sa Pilipino. And Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo.
Halina't makinig, talakayin natin ang laro.
Kapatid, isang taon na po ang True Network. Kaya naman ang True FM, kasama ang True TV, True DG at True Pods may celebration. Sama saya Together, the True Network First Anniversary. Makisama sa isang araw ng saya, premyo at sorpresa para sa buong pamilya. October 12, 2025, Linggo, 4:30 p.m. sa Carousel Court ng Festival Mall, Alabang. Makisama saya with Inday Fatima, Joan Lara, Kit Insyong, Mark Ian Garcia at Carmela Lorzano. May special performances din from Kyle Daniel, Kimo, Aja, and 1621. Hosted by Kuya Boy and Tita Laila Chikadora. Sama saya Together, the True Network First Anniversary. So paano? Sama saya na! Kita-kits kapatid! Ang Sama Saya Together, the True Network First Anniversary ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherryfer, Dunkin, Signal Play, MaxiCare at Festival Mall Alabang.